Hi everybody, welcome to Maitri Plays Games. I am Maitri, and I'm on a quest to become a better GM, a better player, and a better person. And I want to share with you some of the cool stuff that I've been learning. Today, happy Diwali! And I am wanting to put out this video to celebrate Diwali. It's one of the biggest celebrations of the year in India, and I'm feeling just particularly homesick right now. So I want to make this video to sort of feel more connected to my culture and invite you to party and participate with me. I specifically want to tell you how you can use Diwali in your games. Also, I'm wearing a salwar, but like if I lift my arms and you see this hole, like that's supposed to be there because it's like breathable silk. So it's not just like torn. So what's Diwali? First of all, where I'm from in South India, it's called Deepavali. And Diwali is what North Indians call it, and it's what has permeated the global consciousness. It's also known as the Festival of Lights, because celebrations involve decorating your house in diyas, which are small oil lamps. Though most people just use tea lights these days because it's easier and you can get a similar kind of effect. Also, there's just like a lot of fireworks for minimum 3 nights in a row. Usually closer to about 5. So the festival does last like 5 or 6 days. It's generally around this time of year, last week of October. Dates are observed as per the Hindu luni-solar calendar, and it marks the end of the summer harvest, and it coincides with the new moon. I'll link a Wikipedia article down in the description that kind of talks about the historical and cultural significance and specifics of sort of what's done to lead up to the actual day, because every day like you're supposed to do like something new and something different, but it's all in service of this sort of big party and celebration and abundance and prosperity and new beginnings and everything else. So like I said, it's one of the biggest celebrations in India. Symbolizes the philosophical victory of light over darkness, good over evil, and knowledge over ignorance. The festival is widely associated with the goddess Lakshmi, who is the goddess of prosperity, as well as the Lord Ganesha, who is the god of wisdom and the remover of obstacles. The main mythological significance that it marks is the return. It marks a day of celebration where the god king Rama returns to his kingdom in Ayodhya after 14 years of exile with his wife Sita and brother Lakshman after defeating the demon Ravana. Tell me that's not a phenomenal fantasy epic. And that's what it is, honestly. It's one of 2 great Indian epics, the Ramayana and the other one being the Mahabharata. Sort of Western analogs, I would say, are like a Homer's Odyssey or like the Norse Eddas, things like that. And here is where we are going to get into using Diwali in your game. I'm going to be using fantasy as a backdrop because that is the most direct analog. But, you know, with a little bit of fiddling, like you could super easily make this work in a present day setting as well as in a sci-fi setting. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick out the cultural and religious overtones and significant bits and just use the story because, as we identified, it's a great story. And it's the tail end of the Ramayana. So let's just break that down. The god king Rama returns to his kingdom Ayodhya with his wife Sita and his brother Lakshmana after defeating the demon Ravana and serving 14 years of exile. That's a plot hook on its own. If you want to change some specifics, like God King is super cool, so I personally wouldn't change that. But you know, you could just easily have it be just like a beloved ancient king or queen The story goes that, this was the day they returned their kingdom after 14 years of self-imposed exile, with their wise and beautiful consort and their most trusted advisor, their sibling. And, while the town gets ready for its annual celebration, which is this like massive blowout that they're really known for, and people come from other parts of the world to actually attend the party, sort of like Mardi Gras or like Brazil's Carnival or things like that. But like something is afoot. And something nefarious in a town celebration is like it's an easy hook to have, and it's one that I think is almost tropey with how easy it is to use, but the background flavor can be this really cool fantasy epic. The other way that you could use it is, maybe this is all happening right now. Maybe the kingdom is awaiting the return of their beloved ruler, who the PCs have to help return. And there's, various trials and tribulations culminating in a fight with a demon king. Or maybe this celebration is slotted to happen on the rise of the new moon to mark the end of the summer harvest, but the moon does not rise. In fact, the night of the festival, all of the candles, all of the diyas are extinguished and cannot be relit. The town is plunged into darkness, and the PCs have to find a way for light to win over the darkness. There are so many ways that you can use Diwali, and the story of Diwali and the significance of it, and the celebration and the joy that people feel in your stories, in your games, without being culturally insensitive, and celebrating this instead. And I hope I've been able to sort of invite and inspire you to do that. Before I go, I do want to point out a video that I've done before about how to run Radiant Citadel in culturally sensitive ways. I do think some of those concepts are applicable here too, so I'm going to link that in the description box for you to check out. Otherwise, I hope I've given you some food for thought. Or, as it is more appropriate, in Diwali, I hope I have given you some mithai and samosa to chew on. Thank you for hanging out with me. Come and see me again soon. Happy Diwali.